Yeah, sorry, Sunita, come again.
No. Record to the cloud only. Okay.
I don't know. It just give me an option start recording. So I hope it is started for record cloud only.
Yeah. Okay. It's recording on cloud only. Okay then.
Huh.
Yeah.
No. I'm asking you, do I need to check it somehow,
No,
somewhere?
no.
Because
I did that.
oh, you did check.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Uh, okay, team. Before we start this session, okay, I rethink on your yesterday's ask for the
I'm
FAW.
leaving this session, Pallavi. It will record in my cloud. Okay. Because
Okay.
I have
You
another session.
okay? No problem. I think that
Okay
would be
then.
okay.
Thank you. Bye.
And it will continue right till 10
Yeah, it
30.
will continue. If you want to pause, if you want to stop, you can do.
Okay. Fine.
Okay then. Yeah. Bye.
Bye. Okay, so Sadiq and Shadab, I mean, if you both agree, and if this semantic model is not going to help you in your current structure or something, then
Mm-hmm.
because the next 2 3 sessions we will be covering this part.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
instead of this, if you want to cover the FAW part, I am okay for that also. But let me highlight few things, okay?
Mm-hmm.
FAW part, it will be conceptual only, because I doubt if Shadab you will have an environment for it. So if you are okay to
No,
go through the session, uh,
no. I don't have any environment for FAW.
I
Uh,
understand. I know that.
yeah,
So, but then yesterday you both only convinced me, right? You both only asked me for it, right? So
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just rethinking over it.
No, Pallavi, you can cover later that one. Just you can give overview of that all the things.
Like overview in the sense like how we create columns, so how we can create in the like just
No, that
overview.
becomes detail, Shadab. The one which you
Okay,
are
okay, okay,
asking is a detail. Overview is
okay.
like, then one session we can cover that, what is FAW. I mean, even I can be specific to semantic also, but still,
Mhm.
1 to 2 hours would be really difficult to cover everything, even overview. But then
So
I can try that, no worries.
if we don't mind, like our ending of the sessions, like our training, like it's Saturday, or like we take a long session for that one. If you don't, if you agree, like 1 or 2 session, that will be, I think, enough.
One
Like,
session can be manageable. I don't know how much that will help, but if you need overview, one session I can
yeah,
manage, Shadab. I can give that.
we take
Okay.
Saturday anyway. I think Sadiq also have don't issue on that. So if we take up around 2 hour sessions for this one, continue. We have the recordings and we can. I think that will be the. What do you think, Sadiq, in this point?
No problem. I do not have any issue on
That's
Saturday.
yeah. So I think Pallavi, if you are also okay, I think first we have to cover the OAC section semantic model. Then can then be on the correct track. Might be.
Yes, so if we need FAW session, I will
Mm.
squeeze it in between our all these ongoing sessions, but that
Mhm.
session will be at last, Sadiq and Shatab. It will not
Sure,
be
sure,
in between. Let's
sure.
not, then break the
Disturb
link, right? Let's
disturb
continue.
our sessions. Correct,
Correct.
correct. Sure. Thank.
Okay, then I think you can go back to the semantic model. Let's continue with our semantic model building.
Mhm.
And Sadiq, to help you, in your current version, see, the technical steps are little bit different in FAW, but the concept is still same. There also you will find the, expression builder. The same functions are there. Only the look and feel and the path is different. That is something you can still go through the or Oracle documentation, that how to create a new column, new subject area and all. But then once you are at that step, the another part is still same what we are going to see here, because the things are not different, right? There will not be like 0 and 1 difference.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, you can open semantic model, please, and let's continue on uh, BMM layer. So till yesterday, we have seen that we created physical table, joins, then we created aliases. We had a detailed discussion on the use of alias, why we should use it. right? When you are working with the different data marts or different functional modules to avoid the conflict between use of common dimension for the multiple pipe. Better we use it, as a LESS. Now let's move further. Double click on your semantic model, please. Sample business model.
This one.
Mhm.
Pallavi, I have a question, Pallavi, regarding the joins. Can I ask?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, for example, while we making a join with the fact table to the dimension table, so like the keys data type must be same, or like for example, if we have a day key, it is on the number format, and other for the dimension table, it is on some varchar like that. So the
I'm
join
not
will be.
going to answer that, Shadab.
Pardon?
I'm not going to answer that question. I covered that detail
Correct,
multiple
correct, correct,
times. You are
correct,
going to go through the recording and you are going to answer that question to me, okay? Let's
Pallavi.
continue. Right,
Okay.
Sadiq? Okay, let's make it more interesting. Sadiq, what do you think? Am I right or wrong?
You are correct.
See,
I
Shadab,
think
I
this
think,
is
yeah.
I think
So
you
I
have a great
covered that in
answer.
detail. It's not just,
Correct, correct.
just
No, no,
jokes
no.
apart. I
Yeah,
covered
yeah,
that. So I want
yeah,
you to go through the
yeah,
recording.
sure,
See,
sure.
this 1 hour session will not help both of you, right? If we are only coming, for this 1 hour only, if we are focusing on OAC, I really need both of your help. If you really spend some quality time on this
Mm-hmm.
environment, both of you have this trial environment, right?
Mm.
And then you can, you will actually have a problem. Like listening to it, looking at it is a different thing, but when you do it line by line is a different thing. Try it, you will know.
Sure, sure.
And also, I'm sure you must be trying it also. I mean, I've seen very good progress with you, Shadab. The way we started like in the first day, and now you are already starting, you are helping your team to enhance it. So this is a really good, I feel it good,
Thank
right?
you, Pallavi. Just
So
little
then
bit trying. What can I explore? Just
it's
little bit.
okay. Yeah,
That's it.
no worries. This is how we start, right? Nobody will be expert in a first two, three, or
Yeah,
only in first training session only. I understand
yeah,
that, but
yeah,
if you are trying, that is a good part.
yeah.
So for
I'm
this
just
also, go through recording. You will learn some new concept also related to it, and
yeah,
you only answer tomorrow. Okay.
sure. I will try my best.
Thank you. Okay, so let's go to now. We have connected the joints. We have connected, our BMM. So what we are going to do, Sadiq, today is Sadiq and Shadab. We are going to create the logical expressions here. Now, what is logical expression? All your business logic, you have a metric, different calculations. So any report is not just a simple, any requirement or report is not just a simple report that drag the column and drop it into the visualization and create the data. That is not the case. Here it is little bit like you will have all the places, all the business logic will be applying here, and complex calculations, complex metrics you are going to calculate. But then let's start with the simple step. Okay. Now let's click on, but first thing we need to do is, do you think that our business should see the same names what we are using in a database table and the column names what we are using in a database? Database structure, database nomenclature is a different thing. However, business people, our business users have nothing to do with that. They only understand data, right? So we need to give them a nice or business meaningful name to our tables now. Okay, because this is how they are going to recognize their column, right? Identify the meaningful columns and all. So let's do that first. So double click on D account, please, Sadiq, and let's quickly start
Yes,
renaming.
the account.
नहीं alias नहीं, ये यहाँ पे dimension है ना. You need to come in between tab where you have a facts and dimensions separated, correct? But then hold on, let's not use, go back please, click on middleware layer, BMM layer. Yeah, let's decide first which star schema we want to continue. We want to continue the base table star schema, or we want to continue the alias star schema, because uh, renaming 8 tables, renaming, 40-50 column will be a too long exercise. We don't want to spend time in that. So let's select
Uh,
one. I would suggest, yeah, go ahead, Shadab.
Can I give one recommendation, Pallavi?
Mhm.
Like we are using these tables, whatever the physical table actual what Sadiq take initially, I think we should delete that table. We just put the alias tables. That will be more clarified. Like
That is also okay. We can keep, but then I will not, recommend to remove it. However, Sadiq, you can do the practice on a base table.
Mm. Okay.
Okay. You have both, right? I mean, ideally, as per the practice, Shadab, you are right. When you are doing a development and all, you should not have. If you have a aliases, why should you have a base table, right? But in our case, let's keep it. Whatever practice we are doing on aliases, you can do it, Sadiq, because this is the first time you are going to try it, right?
correct, correct, correct.
I have one question, Pallavi, here.
Yeah.
This alias also on table, right?
Alias is also but then this is not a physical database table, Sadiq. Physical
Mm.
database table is still the same one. This is something is a replica created in repository. Logical table. I mean, in other way around, you call it as a
It's like view.
No.
uh, view is not a correct word here. So, okay, how to recognize it? It is just a duplicate created in semantic layer. That's it. So you
Okay.
will not find any physical table by underscore alias name in database, right? That means this is not a real database table. It
Okay.
is
Okay. Got it.
created, right? It's a logical copy created by RPD, semantic model. At
Okay.
the back end, it is anyways going to refer the same base table, right?
Okay.
So
If
that
you
is, go
if
ahead.
you add any column in the alias table, will it reflect in base table?
No, it is other way around, in fact. If you have added the table, I mean, you need to add any column in a base table, it will replicate to your alias table, because alias is a copy, right? Alias is a
Yeah.
duplicate. Yeah. So you are not authorized to change anything in alias, because alias is a logical copy of your base table. Anything you are changing in base table, that will replicate to alias. It's other way around. Okay. So it is just a copy which we are using to avoid, the join conditions in a common dimension. Okay, so let's double click on alias table then, account alias. Click on general, please, and let's rename the table as a dim account. Yeah, rename the table, remove it. Now these all steps you are going to follow in FAW also, Sadiq. Conceptually, everything is going to be same. You also going to create a physical layer, not actually a layer, but yes, stepwise, step by step, you are going to do the same thing. Physical column, then there is a logical column, name change, everything will happen there also. The only thing is that the path and look and feel will be little different. Okay, dim, you are not bound to use underscore anymore. Give a nice small caps name here. So dim account, dim space account. Correct. So now just imagine this is something, this dim dimension account, your business user is going to use it, right? So he will not understand what is DIM underscore account, right? But
Yeah.
then dimensions and facts, generally the end users understand it. Dimension is something descriptive. Factuals are the fact numbers. That is how we describe it also to the business.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Now we have a primary key. We are good. Please click on columns and rename the columns also quickly. Account ID with account ID. You can keep account ID as is. We generally account ID, we are not going to use anyways account ID to show it to the customer. Account ID is not none of use for any business user, right? They don't care what is your account, what is the account ID, right? So change only those names which user will be interested or which we are going to show to the user.
Account details.
Yeah. Yeah, the similar way. Okay, let me, joins is okay. Join, we have it. Sources. Let's click on sources column. Here, sources tab, sorry. Perfect. Now, I remember 3-4 days when we started working on these databases and all, we talk about merging the data from multiple sources. Let's assume that you have an employee data, which is coming from a Workday application as well as HCM Fusion also, right? Now, there is a requirement that you need to merge both data together, but then that should be sourced from a single column. So this is the place, Sadiq, where you can actually add a different source to your logical table. Now, how
Could you
to do
explain again? I didn't get it, Pallavi. Please, could
Right,
you?
I'll explain it. Right, sure. So, right now we are using one data source, which is our Oracle data warehouse, right? We have created the
Okay.
table, we have a data there and all, and
Okay.
then we are creating our semantic model.
Mm-hmm.
Similarly, we are allowed to create the connection to other multiple applications also. As you see, we have seen the list, right?
Mm-hmm.
Similarly, you are going to connect to that data set, and there also, if you find the same information, same, for example, employee table, we are using from a warehouse, or let's talk about a dimension, account dimension, right?
Mm-hmm.
Account information, 3-4 accounts we are getting from a warehouse, but
Mm-hmm.
team have stored historical data. Historical means 3-4 years back data into the another application. That another, let's assume that another application
Google
is
BigQuery.
MyAD. Anything,
Okay.
okay, SQL, anything,
Mm-hmm.
right? Any application ABC. Now we
Mm-hmm.
are going to click connect the connection. The similar way you will have a my database, then you will have a schema, you will have a table structure. Exactly
Mm-hmm.
similar way you will have the same thing. And once you are there in a source tab, you can add here. There is a plus sign here. You are going to click that plus sign, add a column, right? You see, add a physical table.
Physical table.
Correct. Just click on physical table, and as soon as you click on physical table, with my, because right now we have only one database, right? In a similar way, you will find the another database below. You are going to pick up that source, pick up that particular column, and then the data from that column also become a source for you.
Pallavi,
Mhm.
if I'm not wrong, this activity, like for example, if we are adding a new data source, like first we have to add in the physical table, no?
I think
Then
I covered that, right? That's what I
yeah,
explained.
yeah,
Right?
yeah,
We
yeah,
create
yeah.
first the database, we create first
Uh,
the connection. The
correct,
similar
correct,
way,
correct.
our my database is there. Unless you created the physical connection, how will you see the tables here, right?
Exactly,
That's the
exactly. Yeah,
prerequisite.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, correct, correct,
Then
correct.
only you will be coming here. But as we are already on a sources tab, I just explained that how
So,
you are going to add it,
so
how to create
as
it.
we
Now you know.
so as we create our source in the physical table, it will automatically replicate on the logical also. No? Might be no.
No, you are connected to physical table. Like you are adding a physical table here. You are not adding a logical table, right?
No, the
Physical
source.
table,
No, no.
anyways,
I'm
it is
talking. No,
present.
I'm talking about the source. Like if you're
Hmm.
adding a new source in the physical layer, that
Hmm.
source will be automatically replicate in this here logical sources also. No?
Absolutely. Why not?
Yeah,
Why not?
yeah,
But
yeah.
then one point, it has to be joined with the same fact table with the same level. Let's say you
Okay.
are using a DIM account, there
Mm-hmm.
must be a common ID again. That common ID or common information rule applicable to every data set which you are going to join. If there is nothing common, you cannot join it. Right? It's a simple thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So here also you are required to join that new table with your fact table. So that is how the source is going to work. If that new source is not joined to any of your table,
Mm-hmm.
your new source will not work. It is the
Mm-hmm.
same technical process, right? Unless you are mentioning any join, unless you are defining any join condition between the fact and the new source,
Mm-hmm.
it will not work. Again,
Okay.
another part is that there is no restriction. You can actually use a Oracle table or Oracle data warehouse fact table to connect to your myAD source table or to connect to your any other dimension table. That is why these panels are given to you. You can pick up any fact dimension from any other source and any fact table from any other source. So
Sure.
that's the beauty of the semantic model. Okay, are we clear?
Yeah, great. I'm completely.
Okay, perfect. So now you can close this because right now we do not have any other source, but then at least you know the process, right? How it is going to work whenever you need to add it. So that becomes your sources. Click on the other part called hierarchy. Hierarchy tab you will only find in a dimension table because descriptive information is expected to have the hierarchy also, parent-child relationship. For example, you have a product, then you have a sub-product, then you have a product family or multiple other things. So it's like a hierarchy. In our HR case, HCM case, the classic example is manager hierarchy, right? You have a VP, then AVP, and then your DU head, maybe senior manager, manager, that kind of. So these hierarchies we should be linking to each other. So this is the place where we create the hierarchy and we link the master and child columns or child data with each other. Now, in FAW, it is recommended that whether you have a hierarchy actually generated in your table or not, there should be a default hierarchy you must create for each dimension table that helps you to pick up the correct fact and correct dimension. For example, let's say here we have a simple account dimension, right? There is nothing much. It's account ID, account description, but still we should create a basic hierarchy which should start with your grand total level and end up with the detail level, whatever. So minimum 2 level, grand total and detail, you must create the hierarchy. Every hierarchy will have minimum these 2 level always. Okay, now let me go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah. So we have a parent-child and level-based hierarchy. These are
Yeah,
all.
I'm coming to
Yeah.
that, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Chandra. Okay, so once you have a hierarchy tab here, right? Yeah. So these are the type of hierarchies you are going to have it. Level-based hierarchy, then time dimension hierarchy, and the parent-child hierarchy. Now, parent-child hierarchy is 100% depend on the dimension only, where, as I just mentioned, right, department, sub-department, manager hierarchy, and all. That is how a simple hierarchy we are going to connect it. However, can you just click on the side, any of the side, just select. I just want to see what is the default option selected there. It's a parent child, right? For any dimension. Was it a parent child? Can you go back to the source tab and click again? I just want to see what is the default hierarchy.
The default we will get none here. I have taken that from the list, this one.
Okay, okay.
Default we
No
get
worries.
none, like
Okay,
this.
like this. Acha, no. Then we need to select the parent child only. Right. So let me help you to understand the difference between parent child when we need to create parent child, when is a time dimension and when is the level base measure. Okay. Parent child is something if we are creating a simple hierarchy from dimension table itself, right? You are selecting a primary, you have selected a parent child and then you are only selecting a grand total there. Then you are having a master, department name, then sub department name, and then the below one. That means all your levels belong to that particular dimension only. For example, let's assume that we are creating a parent child hierarchy for geography dimension, right? So in geography dimension, you will have all columns starting from country, state, city, street, and then house number. Every column is present in the same. The detail level itself is up to the house number. So all those columns available in a same dimension. You are not looking at any numerical measure and all here, then simple parent-child hierarchy will work. Time hierarchy, we also call it
Means
as a
child hierarchy we can create based on only one dimension, not multiple dimensions.
no, not even this. Any other hierarchy also you cannot create on a multiple dimension. There is a different method for that in a visualization. But in a semantic model, you can only create hierarchy based on a one level only. I think skip level hierarchy is there where you can use actually a multiple hierarchies. That is possible. But
Mhm.
then Yeah, but then recommendation is that always that it should be enough, because that's how we design our data model, right? Why every time I will go to the different tables to pick up the column, because these kind of exercises unnecessary become our model complex. Just imagine you have created or you have used 3 4 different columns from 4 different dimensions. Every time you are hitting, or you are, your report is hitting the base fact table for account, in it will not only at the back end, it will not only, the query will not only hit the account table, it will also hit the other 3 tables also which you are using in hierarchy. So this way unnecessary it become a complex your query, or data parsing time also gets increased. So that is the reason these are some basic rules or basic best practices when we follow. So make your data model clean enough so that you are using the information from the same table, same fact table. You are not using cross joins. You are not using any left outer join, and multiple columns. Just for a simple creation of, so that kind of if complex development we are missing, our model is more clean and will give you the more quick result. Performance issues will not be there. But yes, that doesn't mean every time it is a win-win and every time it is a goody-goody situation in project. No, there are
Mm.
requirements where you need to go back and you look for the data right in the other table. But yes, facility is there, Sadiq. You can definitely do that.
So if so as per now you tell us parent-child hierarchy, like generally we used to do when, for example, we have a product table and we want to show the report like at the lowest granularity of the product, like product, their subcategory, category, then subcategories up to
Right.
this, then we go for the
Single table hierarchy,
in a
single
single
table
in a
hierarchy
single
information.
table. Okay, in a single, or for table we can create a parent-child hierarchy.
Correct. So this,
Okay.
but then I won't, I don't want to stick that single table word again, because there is a facility you can add other. But then the concept is that you are trying to add the hierarchy based on a descriptive data, right?
So
Because
basically, how many types of hierarchies are there? Like if we like you say,
there were lot of hierarchy, rag hierarchy, skip hierarchy, time hierarchy, level based hierarchy. The parent child was always anyways there. So these three four, there
parent-child,
were
yeah.
other 3 4 also.
So in this OIC, there is no facility of this one, skipped and ragged
I think it
hierarchy.
is there, right? I remember in the last session we have seen it.
No,
It
no,
is
we
there.
didn't. But it is, but currently is not showing here to us.
No, because we have not selected anything, right? Sadiq, can you select parent child? I think there is some checkbox where in parent child we can check it somewhere, whether it is a skip level or rag level or something.
Skip level and drag level come under the parent child only. We can say skipped and this rag is subset of the parent child.
I believe so, or maybe we'll check under level base also. But hold on. But then again, they are not given here because in 99% project you are not going to use it. Your project will be, your
Mhm.
majority of work is going to be depend on these three hierarchies. In
Mhm.
overall my career also, I never remember that we actually created a rag level hierarchy, skip level hierarchy, or multi-dimensional hierarchy.
So
It is
can you just
possible,
give
but then
the
generally we avoid it.
definitions, at least we have a overall overview? Okay,
We'll
what is
go
this?
through it if we see the, sessions here, because the one while we had a,
Hmm.
training on your version, Shadab, it was older version for OAC, right? So there we had it. If during course, if we are getting it here, we'll cover
Hmm.
that also.
Sure, sure, sure.
Otherwise, we may have some new features also, right? So I should
Yeah,
cover
yeah,
that.
yeah, 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 yeah. I
Right.
think November one we have get good features in the OEC.
Right.
November
Right.
release.
So because if I start, because there are a lot of features which are deprecated, if I start covering that, it would be no use, right? We are anyways working on a new version.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, 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 okay.
So other parties, so that becomes your parent-child hierarchy. Sadiq, are you clear with the concept? I'll go to the other one then, time hierarchy.
Child
Mm-hmm.
is clear. This level based and time.
I'm coming to that. Right, right. So parent-child hierarchy, the simple hierarchy, default hierarchy for a dimension, you are going to create that. Now time hierarchy, we also call it as a chronological hierarchy, and this hierarchy we create for a date dimension. As the name duplicates, you have a separate time hierarchy. You have, because all these dates are going to be act as, because it's a predefined hierarchy, right? Year, you work for any project irrespective of client. After year, it is always going to be a quarter. After quarter, it is always going to be a month, right? The only concept will change here is your financial calendar, your Gregorian calendar and all, but that is something, is a business definition which date to pick up. But technically, time hierarchy for any date, you are not supposed to create a parent child or level based hierarchy. If you are creating a hierarchy for time dimension, you should always select a time hierarchy. Simple. Okay, so date related tables, time hierarchy. Now let me go to the level based measure hierarchy. What is level based measure hierarchy? Parent child, we have seen that you have created the level of hierarchies at year level, month level, quarter, month, week, and then day level.
This
What
is the
if,
time dimension, time hierarchy, no?
right,
Okay.
time dimension, level based measures you can create for both. Okay, either parent child or either the this one. Even for date also you can create a parent child hierarchy. It will not give you an error, because anyways it's a hierarchy, right, in the same table. Or it's a hierarchy which is giving you the parent child relation. The only thing is that in that case your dates will not work as a date, they will work as a varchar maybe, or just as a character. So if your dates, if that is working for you, you are good to create that. But then if we really want the date to be considered as a proper dates, and date function should be applied there, then it has to be a time dimension. Okay.
So how
So
level hierarchy making difference from the parent child one? Like if or both are same? Like a
sorry, can you
parent, how level based when we how level
implement
based?
that, Shadab? I haven't even explained yet, right? Level
No,
based
sorry, sorry,
hierarchy.
sorry, yeah,
I'm
sorry.
explaining
I
it.
thought no, yeah, sorry, I thought yeah, sorry.
Okay. So for level based hierarchy, the time dimension, you can create at a time dimension also. You can create it
Mhm.
at a parent child also. So let's assume that for time we have a levels created for year, quarter, month and all. What if now we create a pre-calculated measure at these level itself? For example, you have a sales quantity. I will pre-calculate the sales quantity at year level, sales quantity at quarter level, sales quantity at month level. Instead of every time picking up the sales quantity at day level and then summarizing it in a report, I will have a pre-calculated measure itself. Now, when you are doing that, that concept we call it as a level-based measures or level-based hierarchy. So level-based hierarchy, generally we do it when we create the level-based measures. We start creating measures at year level, quarter level, month level, and all, and that's how we use a level-based hierarchy or level-based measures. And this is called the level-based hierarchy. So totally different from parent. Parent-child is just giving you the relationship in between the parent data and child data. Level based hierarchy not only give you the relationship, but it add the factual numbers also at that level, kind of a aggregated measures you are creating. Okay.
So when we go for the parent child or when we go for the level one, Pallavi, like okay,
Okay,
parent
I
child
think I
we are.
explained that. Hold on. See, parent child, as I mentioned earlier, parent child going to be your default hierarchy for each dimension.
Hmm.
Level based is depend on the business need. If it is needed, then you go and create a level based measure. Otherwise, your base normal factable measures also will work. You need not to be necessarily create the level based hierarchies. There is no need. If it is required, you have a long data running reports and all, you want to create a pre-calculated measure at a summary level, then it is possible. Otherwise, you should go by plain parent-child hierarchy and that will work. So it is, parent-child hierarchy is necessity. Other two hierarchies are depend on your business requirement. If you have a date dimension, generally you have it. So time also you are going to create. Level base is totally optional. Okay.
Okay.
So Let me try to explain, because these hierarchies and all will take time, right? So how to create the hierarchy? Okay, because the hierarchical level, even if you are working on FAW and all, you may need not to create all the hierarchy, but yes, you are going to set the levels, correct level for correct fact tables and all. So this is important to understand how to create the hierarchy also, and then how to set the correct levels also at each parent child or at each level when we try to create it. So the first level in our hierarchy is always going to be the total level, or we call it as a what do I say, grand total level, right? So if you see total level, you have selected here total level, Sadiq, I see, and I'm now looking at your right hand side panel where I see the level name, right? Level name is total. You can change it to grand total. The other part, very important, is element, the number of element below that, right? This is a very critical and very important factor for every grand total hierarchy level. Your element level is always going to be 1. That means you have a highest level, irrespective of any hierarchy, parent child relation, you have a highest level and you are going to always get a 1 number or 1 grand total. For example, you are building a country hierarchy. So India is the toppest level, or maybe Asia is the toppest level, or maybe overall world is the toppest level. That means 1 figure is there, right? Where you will get the complete consolidate number for everything. That becomes your grand total. So please remember that for grand total, your level of element will be always have 1. Okay. Then you have a description level. What is the below one? Sorry, I'm not able to see it correctly. What is the
Details.
last one? Preferred path. Okay.
Preferred drill path. Drill path. Okay.
Preferred drill path is generally what at what level we are. We should select that particular column for there. So, but we can keep that as is for now. Let's go to the another level now, because in our account dimension we don't have a in between layer, right? It is simple dimension, account ID and account description. So the simple hierarchy you are going to create here is the highest level is grand total and lowest level is a detail level. So just click on detail tab now, detail level, the second tab. Yeah, your minimum, your any hierarchy will minimum have these 2 levels, highest level and lowest level. Now in between, if we are going to add a layers, we'll see that in another session, right? Okay, so here it is detail. Now element numbers must not be 1 for any level other than grand total, because grand total is always 1. However, any level which we are going to add below it should have a increasing number. So here please change the grand number to 10. So there is no such hard rule that it should be sequential or how it should be. The only hard rule is that as soon as you start adding the child level, your number of elements should increase by each level. So grand total is 1, so your next level should be 10, other level should be 20, the next level should be 30, and the lowest level should be 100, something like that. So that way our OSC server determines the parent relation using the number of elements. Okay. Now you added it 10, correct? We don't have much information, so we don't have much data to show, levels to show. So primary key, account ID you have added, but we are not going to display account ID in a table, right? So you need to add a display key here. Remove account ID and just keep account details. Yeah, from there just select the another one, account details, right? Account ID, showing account ID in hierarchy doesn't make much sense. No business user understand the ID numbers, right? So for a display key we are going to show the account details. That's it, we are good for it. And can you save it please? Here you go, you have a, what is it about, stop levels, ragged and
Default root level.
Skip level.
Skip level. Yeah, these were the hierarchies I was talking about, right? If you click on skip level, I think it will allow you to select the columns from multiple dimension also.
Pallavi, it here the detail element at this level, like we are giving the lowest, like up to how many levels we can go down, like here 10 we giving the value
No,
just
no,
below the
no.
detail.
10 is something you are going to tell the server that number of records which you are going to show in this level is going to be more than your parent level. That is the main purpose of putting element. That way you define that this level is a child to the another parent. If you put lower number than the parent, then it becomes a controversy. Your number, you may get a warning or error while you are doing the consistency check. And sometimes even you won't get error. It's just your hierarchy doesn't work. Simple. So that is why this number of elements. So it is just a way of saying that this is a child level than your parent. Okay.
Can you
Okay,
little
we
bit
can.
explain in little? It's very more technical. I can't get it. Can you little bit explain like brief
We'll
through
come to
the?
that. We'll see it. I think we
Yeah,
have covered this earlier also in detail, Shadab.
correct.
So,
But yeah, but
okay. So, the number of elements is the only factor where you are making your OSC server understand that 10, 20, the more you add the number, the more you are going detail in your hierarchy, right? You are going to add a child level and accordingly you are going to increase the number of records. So country में आपके पास you may have a 29 records, right? For 29 country. I'm just
mm,
giving a hypothetical
yeah,
number.
yeah, 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 yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
then for those 29 numbers, obviously you will have a 2900 states, right?
Mm-hmm.
You will not have for 29 states, you are not going to have a 19 for
Mm-hmm.
29 countries, you are not going to have a 19 states.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Correct.
how this number defines the number of records at each level, and that's how we defined a child information.
Okay,
Okay.
I got it. I got it.
Okay. Let's go back. Can you save this work, Sadiq, first before we lose
Already
it?
I see.
You saved it, right? Okay, perfect. Let's go to the other tab. Before that, yeah, can you just click on, there is a hierarchy sign below data filter. Can you just click on that or yes, click on that. Column set at levels, okay, detail level. Please select so this is what the concept what we are using or calling here, because this is going to be a very important concept in FAW, and that is the recent change we experienced in the 16 October major upgrade in FAW. In 16 October, the FAW versions are upgraded. So earlier, it was not mandatory to set up the content level. The tab which you are looking at right now, we call it as a content level, setting up the content level. At what level your column is at right now. So your account ID is at the detail level, right? If you have a year column, then year column is associated with the year level. Month column is associated to the month level. When we create a month time hierarchy, I will explain it that in more detail, right? So here we just create a level, but while creating a level, you are also associated the column also to that level, right? So that part we are doing here. So this become a mandatory in FAW also. Earlier it was not, but right now they started, or with this version they started. So I'll show you that place, because this is going to be the mandatory in any version you work now. This setting up content level is important. So here, please select account details, which is selected to the detail level, right? Because we have that's how we assigned it. Yeah, detail. I think it is already there. Click on account. Why we are not getting saved? Okay. Detail, just save it. Perfect. You can save it again and we are good.
No, we do not have option that auto save.
Okay, it is auto save. Okay, if it is saved, then no worries. Now let's click on a data filter tab. Can you click on a data filter, please? Okay. Now what is data filter? There is a concept called data level security in OBIE, OAC, or even FAW. So what is data level security? See, you can hide the objects from users, right? End users and users, you can hide the objects from users. But there is an option where you are actually hiding the data also from users. For example, you have a same report working for 3 different country users, one for America, US, and maybe Middle East, right? And then accordingly, you will have a user also for America, USA, and let's say Europe, for example. So you have a 3 users residing to 3 different countries. So are we going to create a 3 report for 3 different users? No. We are going to create a 1 user, but for that, because there is a data security, Europe user should not see the America data or US data, and US user should not see the Europe data. So to cover that part, we add a data level filters here. But again, as you see, they are starting from your roles. That means you are going to add a role, you are going to create a role, let's say Europe user role, USA users, and then India users. You are going to select the user, and once that user is selected, then you are going to add a filter where organization equal to this, where country equal to this. So any user belong to that particular role. Whenever he log into the application, he will only see the data belong to his country. So this is the place where you adjust all that security, right? So again, because it is a role names here, we can just to see how you are going to add a data filter. Can you select any default role here? BI consumer, just type BI and you will find the any role. Let's pick up the role and let's see how we add a data filter. Again, needless to explain, which I did earlier, that these are the default role. Any security should not be applied to these roles. This is something we are doing because we don't have privilege to calculate the or add the new role. Yeah. Just see. Right. Status enabled. Just functional group, right? Functional group, you can click it. Just go to the data filter. Click on this FX functional. Yeah. Everywhere now, wherever this is the first time, I'm sure Sadiq, you are looking at this Dropbox for the first time. But this now onwards, going forward, you are going to see this box multiple times. And this is what we call the expression builder. You are going to see it as the multiple places. And this is a very useful feature or a very useful box. You are going to use it right in between. And the similar, in fact, the same way you are going to see the expression builder in FAW also. Okay. Now let's assume that for this BI consumer role, we want to add where the business unit is ABC. So just open the business unit dimension, please. Okay.
Alias
Now,
dimension or otherwise this.
alias one. Perfect. I was about to come to that. Because we are using aliases as a table. So yeah, you have to be mindful. Now just imagine if you apply a filter condition on business unit, will that going to work? No, right? Because your business unit table have no join with aliases. So you have to be mindful of which table also we are using. Yeah, just double click on business unit description. Right. And just make sure, make it as a equal to in single quote, put it as, let's say India channel equal to, yeah, in a single quote, because this is how we save the data in business unit. Now you understand, right, what we are doing here. So
Yeah,
this way,
business unit called we are doing hard code here.
yeah, absolutely. You can add a hard code here, correct. Or there is an option where you can use a variable also. You see, hold on, let me see if we have that option here. Can you just
Can
click
you
on?
use in here business unit in business unit description in?
Yeah, why not? You can absolutely do business unit description in any operator you can use here. This is a simple query, Sadiq.
Okay.
So you can absolutely use business unit in, it may be just not one country, right? You have you have to filter data for multiple countries also, right? So you can definitely use it. Less than, equal to, any filter condition you can use here. Any mathematical operator you can use here because this is the expression builder tab. Okay.
Okay.
Now, right now we are using equal to as a India. So The conceptually, whenever the user belong to BI consumer logging into the system, he will be always going to get data for India channel only, right? Now, this is one part. Because we are already on an expression builder, let me explain this expression builder, right? But then whenever we are going to see it again multiple times, I will not explain it again. But this time, let me cover it, okay? Completely detailed. Because this is the same thing you are going to see at multiple places. Okay, but obviously the usage will be different. Now you see the middle, the left hand side tab, you see you will have all the list of tables here. Okay, these are all the physical tables because you see the physical names are there, right? Simple. The middle pan, this is your playground to add, apply, write your logical expression, mainly filter conditions here. And the extreme right hand side pan, we call it as a operator box. Here you have all n number of permissible operators which you can use to write your expression. For example, you have operator. What is the first one? Okay, you have a types, then calendar date, conversion. Yeah, you see all these types of mathematical operators you have, and or not, any, all using all these operators which you can create your expressions here.
Here we do not have in.
No, that's fine. It's not there, but you can still use it.
Okay, let me
Right.
check.
In bracket, use India, comma, USA and say validate description. Yeah, calculation validated, right? It validated. Yeah, so you can use it.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so can you just minimize the operator tab, please? Let's maximize the other one. Let me help you to understand all others. So operators are simple, nothing to, explain. Yeah, your date, time, timestamp, if you are going to add it. The other expression, click on expressions. Now, these are not necessities. These are the facility or these are the options available to you. Now, which one to pick up is something definitely depend on your business requirement or business need. So just click on, like for example, conversion and date. Click on that. Calendar date, sorry, my bad. Calendar date.
Calendar
Calendar
date.
date below.
Ideas. Okay.
Calendar date. Yeah. The 1, 2, 3 below types.
Where it's gone? Where is that one?
Calendar date. In a same row, you just need to go little bit down, Sadiq. In a same left, right hand side panel. You can minimize the constraint first, minimize the constraint, and in similar row, just scroll down. Minimize the constraint, Sadiq.
Constraint means?
Below operator, you have a constraint option, right?
This
Correct.
one.
Right. Minimize that. Now, after constraint, you have an expression, SQL logical operation. So these are all you can use it, right? You can write the case when statement
Yeah.
if null. If one column is null, pick up the other one. If null. Case when. Case switch statement. Case when this is the condition, then this, else this, end. These kind of all calculations operations you can use
What
here.
is the difference between case switch and case if?
If generally we write it down, if the condition is
If
done,
is clear, what about switch?
switch is something case when. If this is possible, else you switch to the other one. Else conditions applied. There is no if. If and but is something. If this is possible, then only go to other. Otherwise, don't even move. However, switch condition works at if this condition is not going, you have a pathway, you have a workaround, you have to way to switch your condition. Sadiq. If or double
In
if
case
works
also,
like
if else, then
no, yeah. So okay,
we will get
perfect.
else.
Case switch works like if else. If this works, okay. If not works, you have else. But case if is something, if this is happening, then only you go move. Otherwise, you have to hold. No result, kind of. So case switch is something, you have a case when condition or case, case when else condition.
Okay, same here. If null, null if. What is the difference between these two?
That I have never tried that, but if null, generally we use if null. I don't remember we ever use a null if. Okay, I think it may be the same way. If this column is null, then use this. Or null if is something, I don't know how that will work. If null generally works that if the first column is empty, then you pick up the other column, right? So it should be something like that. There is no if but. The first is null by default, then you pick up the other one. Something like that maybe. There are many operations. In fact, I don't remember even we are using lot. I see you may observe that there are the options given for cos theta, sin theta, trigonometry options also. But then we never come across using it. Okay. But then if null, case when, case switch, and all these kind of case statements we are always using. Like 90% project calculations, you are going to use it. Other major things, as I explained earlier also, right? It is difficult to explain everything, or it is difficult to try out everything, right? We always work on whichever is required or we come across through the experience through this. But yes, options are there. That is why I focus on what is the majority of chances we are going to use it in project rather than explaining everything in detail. Okay. The other part you are going to open is a calendar date. Open the calendar date, please. Calendar date, frequently used operators. So you should understand that. Correct. Let me cover that also. Okay. So current date, current time. It is a common requirement from business where they want to see the current date, current time. Earlier we used to use the sysdate function, but now it become more easy. You just use the current time. It will show you the current date, current time based on your geographical location. Then you can trim the date from timestamp. You can trim only hour, only month, only week number and all. All these are the commonly used operators whenever you are dealing with your calculations, expressions for time related. Okay. See, you have a date, but then you only want to show the month, right? From that date. So you have a month expression, a quarter expression, even hour, minute, second expression also is there. So this is a commonly used expressions you are going to use it.
In SQL, we used to use that 2_cat to bring
Ah,
that month and year only, month, year, other
exactly.
minutes.
And it was a complex calculation to trim out the hour, trim out the number,
Yeah,
date, and the column, right? So this
yeah, yeah.
becomes more easy now. And how to use the syntax, right? You are just going to click on any of these and it will help you with the syntax also, right? What column to add, where to add. If it is a parameter is needed or column is needed, what input is needed, that is something will be added here always. Okay, so we will cover the expression session, and then we will stop for today. Can you minimize it, please? Okay, have you saved the work? Have you saved the complete your, yeah, good one, right? I just wanted to cover, below calendar, but then it's okay. I think below calendar, there is analytical options are there, which we can cover, and then we will close the session. So at least the expression part will be covered, Sadiq. Shadab. So can you just open that one more time? Just click on the function tab. Yeah. So hold on. Let me help you to understand which conversion you can open. Below calendar date, there is a conversion. See cast here. Cast if null यहाँ पे भी है देखो आप. If null है, null if भी है. But I don't remember I have ever used null if. If null, yes, the same. If first column is blank, pick up the second one. Cast is something you are changing the data type, right? Now, if you click on a cast, you will, not only cast, any of these options, if you are click at the below, you will find the syntax also with the example. So that is how, you see below you are seeing the description. What is this function for, why it is being used and all, everything, right? hierarchical lookup system. अभी last में जाना, system पे click करना please. The last option. The middle ones are still okay. You can, the last one, system. Yeah. Database user. This is user database. This is going to help you to get the database name, I believe. Yeah, returns the name of the Oracle BIDB. Correct. User is something, the current user. If you are logging by your name, this user will help you to log in, give you the username. With that, you are logging into the current active session. Security में वगैरह काफी बार काम आता है to understand that which user is logging in. Okay. Then you have a what is the other one? Math. उसको छोड़ दो. String is something to deal with the string. You don't have an analytical operation here. And string also, we got the below one. Generally, string is at the upper one. Then let me go through once. System, lookup, hierarchical. Scroll up, please. Spatial bhi aa gaya. Okay, spatial is geographical related info. See, geometric area, geographical related. This is new. Earlier, I haven't seen spatial and all. Okay, so I don't see analytical features in here. In FAW, you will have that. If an FAW, you see the function tab, you may see analytical features there in FAW. In OAC, I think we don't have it. That is fine. It's okay. So I think we can close it, or we can take a pause for today. Tomorrow we will continue with the other, with our other part for it. We will create the hierarchy for other 3 dimension. We will create a time hierarchy, and then we will create the measures and all. Okay, I think, yeah, we are good to stop now. We will continue tomorrow. Okay, team. Have a good night.
Good night to you.
Yeah.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.